Imagine freeing yourself from the chains of stress and others' opinions, discovering the true art of not caring. Surprisingly, Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, is the key to this. Do you want peace amidst chaos and resilience in the face of uncertainty? The Stoics knew the secret. No, it's not about being indifferent, it's about knowing where to spend your energy. Ready to uncover how these 10 Stoic principles can change the way you live? Topic 1: Introduction to Stoicism. Stoicism, far from being just an ancient philosophy, is a practical art of living that teaches how not to care about what truly doesn't matter. Imagine having the serenity not to be shaken by a long line at the bank or a negative comment on social media. This is what Stoic principles propose: finding peace amidst chaos. In times of constant stress and anxiety, Stoicism offers a way to filter out concerns that truly deserve your attention. This concept challenges us to reevaluate what truly deserves our energy. How often do we find ourselves disturbed by a sideways glance or an unfounded criticism? The Stoic, on the other hand, knows that these issues are mere ripples on the surface of a deep sea. He learns to navigate these waters without being dragged by every wave that arises. With this, he lives a lighter life, free from carrying the unnecessary weight of the world. To apply Stoicism in daily life, start by observing your own reactions. When someone cuts you off in traffic, do you get angry? A Stoic would look at this and think, is this under my control? No. Then why care? This simple reflection is already a step toward a more peaceful life. Small daily practices, like morning meditation or reading classic works such as Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, can strengthen this perspective. The essence of Stoicism is the pursuit of a mental state where what truly matters are virtues and character, not external circumstances. Imagine the freedom of not needing anyone's approval or ideal conditions to be happy. That is the power of those who do not care about superficialities. The Stoic cares about what he can control, his own attitudes and thoughts. The rest? It is secondary. Applying this in everyday life also means learning to say no. No to commitments that drain your energy, no to toxic people, and especially no to the need to please everyone. The Stoic cares about what is essential. For him, cultivating a strong and resilient mind is more valuable than any external approval. This is the true freedom that Stoicism can bring to your daily life. Stoicism, then, is not an abstract concept but a daily practice of redirecting your focus. Life is too short to waste energy on what does not add value. After all, as Epictetus said, it is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them. And this is a lesson the Stoic takes seriously. After all, if we can change our perception, why wouldn't we change our life? Topic 2: Control what is within, let go of what is outside. The key to a calmer life, according to Stoicism, is learning to differentiate what is under our control and what is not. Imagine the simplicity of not caring about what cannot be changed. A Stoic understands that trying to control the uncontrollable is a recipe for suffering. Think of everyday situations, like tea spilling on the table or a website not loading. Instead of stressing out, the Stoic chooses to let go of what is beyond his domain. This concept is more than just a mental trick, it is a change in perspective. If the internet connection drops during an important meeting, frustration may naturally arise. However, the Stoic recognizes that the only thing he can control is his reaction. He does not care about the fact itself, but about how he chooses to respond to it. This does not mean indifference, but a conscious choice of where to place his energy. A practical example would be facing heavy traffic. The non-Stoic may get irritated, shout, and despair. The Stoic, on the other hand, takes the moment to practice patience or listen to a good audiobook. He turns a situation he cannot change into an opportunity for growth. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius can be an excellent companion in these moments. After all, the power to change the world begins with changing your mind. To apply this to your life, start small. Make a list of things you often try to control unsuccessfully. Then reflect on how you can change your reaction instead of trying to change the situation. Keeping a journal where you write down your reactions and review them, looking for patterns that need adjustment, can be helpful. In this way, you become more aware of what you can and cannot truly control. The Stoic, therefore, does not waste his time trying to change what is not in his hands. He understands that true strength lies in accepting what is and focusing on what can be changed, his own actions and thoughts. This is a way of not caring about the storm but learning to navigate through it. It is a choice we all can make, but few choose consciously. And this wisdom leads us to an even deeper point: to live in the present and not be dominated by future worries or past regrets. When we learn to let go of what is outside our control, we open space for something more important. After all, the next lesson is to understand how to embrace the present moment and live fully in it. Let's explore this further. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the content, please give the video a like. It's quick and helps YouTube recognize that our content is relevant and recommend it to more people who could benefit from these ideas. Topic 3: Embrace the present moment. In Stoicism, there is a simple yet powerful teaching: live in the present moment. How often do we find ourselves caught in thoughts about what could have been or what might still come? The Stoic, on the other hand, practices the art of being here and now because he understands that the past is gone and the future has not yet arrived. By focusing on the present moment, he chooses not to care about anxieties that exist only in the mind. The human mind is a scenario-creating machine. It projects problems that do not even exist, making us suffer in anticipation. A Stoic recognizes this trick and cuts the cycle in half. When you worry too much about what might happen tomorrow, you lose the chance to fully live today. Imagine being at a dinner with friends, but your mind is on tomorrow's work. What a waste, isn't it? Practicing full presence means dedicating yourself entirely to what you are doing at the moment. If you are washing dishes, focus on the sensation of water on your hands, on the sound of the plates. If you are having a conversation, truly be there. A good exercise for this is mindfulness meditation, which helps train focus and reduce anxiety. Apps like Headspace and Calm can be great starting points. Embracing the present also means accepting what is happening now, without trying to escape or modify it. Is it raining? Instead of complaining, smell the wet earth, listen to the sound of the raindrops. Be there, present. The Stoic understands that there is beauty in every moment, even in the simplest ones, and that every instant is an opportunity to live fully without being a prisoner of a restless mind. Another point is the ability to appreciate impermanence. The now is all that truly exists, and this is both a liberating truth and a call to action. Life passes too quickly to worry about what cannot be changed. Living in the present moment is a choice not to care about what has already been and what may yet come. It is a decision to be here, now, and to enjoy every second. By mastering this ability to anchor yourself in the present, you realize that true peace is not in controlling time but in accepting that every moment is fleeting. And this understanding prepares the Stoic for the next principle: accepting change as a natural flow of life, rather than an adversity to be resisted. Let's explore this wisdom further. Topic 4: Accept change as the course of nature. The Stoics teach that the only constant in life is change. Instead of resisting it, the wise learn to flow with the inevitable transformations that the world brings. After all, who has never clung to what was familiar, fearing the unknown? The Stoic, however, sees change as a natural course of life and decides not to care about what cannot be avoided. He understands that resistance to the inevitable only brings suffering. There is a beauty in change that many miss. When leaves fall in autumn, we do not see nature resist, it adapts, it transforms. And so should we. If a job ends, if a relationship changes, or if life takes an unexpected turn, the Stoic embraces the new reality. He does not waste time lamenting what was, but focuses on how he can grow with what is now. Change, after all, is a valuable teacher. Accepting change does not mean being passive, but understanding that there are things we cannot control. If you lose a job, you can either lament the past or use it as an opportunity to reassess your career, learn new skills, or even start that project you always wanted. As they say, when one door closes, another opens. The Stoic chooses to look at the new door, not the one that closed. A practical exercise to accept change is daily reflection on impermanence. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what changed today? How did I deal with it? This practice helps create a mindset more open to life's transformations. Read Letters to Lucilius by Seneca, which offers profound insights on how to deal with life's uncertainties. He knew that life is a current and that we must learn to swim with it, not against it. Deep down, resistance to change stems from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of losing control. But the Stoic understands that control is an illusion. True wisdom lies in adapting and growing with circumstances, not in trying to freeze the world around you. This is the freedom of not caring about the uncontrollable and focusing on what can be transformed internally. By understanding and accepting change, we pave the way to detach from the need for external validation. This is the next lesson on the Stoic path, learning that true value comes from within, not from others' recognition. Let's delve into this point next. Topic 5. Detach from external validation. One of the greatest enemies of inner peace is the need for external validation. Stoic philosophy teaches us that seeking approval from others is like trying to catch the wind, impossible and exhausting. The Stoic knows that true value comes from within and does not care about what others think or say. Instead, he focuses on being true to his own principles and values. After all, those who live to please everyone end up losing themselves. We live in an era where external validation is more present than ever. Social media, likes, followers. Everything seems to revolve around what others think of us. But the Stoic chooses not to be a slave to this mindset. He knows that a like does not define his worth. He cares more about his own opinion and internal progress than any external approval. That is the true power. A good exercise to free yourself from the need for validation is what the Stoics called negative visualization. Think of the worst-case scenario: what if you lose all your fame or status? What remains is who you truly are. And that is what really matters. This kind of reflection helps us detach from the need to please others and to value what is within, where true strength resides. Detaching from external validation does not mean being arrogant or indifferent. It simply means that your self-esteem is not tied to others' judgment. When you can do what is right and good without needing applause, you experience a rare freedom. Read The Art of Living by Epictetus, which deepens the idea that true value comes from virtue and character, not others' opinions. This concept is liberating because it allows you to live your truth. How many times have you done something just to impress someone or out of fear of being judged? The Stoic frees himself from these chains and lives according to his own principles. He understands that the path to inner peace is not to care about what is beyond his control, including the opinions of others. And this journey of self-knowledge and internal valuation leads us to the next Stoic teaching, recognizing that life is made of natural cycles of gain and loss. Instead of clinging to what was or what could have been, the Stoic learns to see each change as an opportunity for growth. Let's explore this in the next point. If you are appreciating these valuable lessons and want to take your Stoic journey to the next level, we have something special for you. Presenting our ebook, Wealth and Wisdom, Stoicism as a Path to Financial Prosperity. This practical and inspiring guide combines the timeless teachings of Stoicism with modern financial strategies to transform your financial life and develop a balanced and resilient mindset. For only $14.90, you can take the first step toward achieving financial prosperity and true balance. Don't let uncertainty and financial stress control your life. Invest in yourself today and discover the power of Stoic wisdom to achieve true wealth and financial serenity. The link to purchase is in the video description. Take advantage of this opportunity. Topic 6. Recognize the natural cycles of life. Stoicism teaches us that life is made up of natural cycles of gain and loss, and accepting this reality is the first step toward finding inner peace. Just as the seasons change, our lives also go through phases. The Stoic does not care about trying to grasp what has already passed or worrying about what is yet to come. He understands that each cycle has its purpose and that acceptance is the key to navigating the highs and lows of existence. When we face losses, be it a job, a friendship, or an opportunity, we tend to cling to what could have been. But the Stoic looks at these situations as natural parts of life. He understands that loss and change are not enemies but teachers that offer valuable lessons. Life, in its essence, is impermanent, and by recognizing this, he finds the freedom to live without fear of losing. A good example of how to apply this philosophy is to reflect on nature. Observe the trees that lose their leaves in winter and bloom again in spring. They do not resist change but adapt to it. Similarly, the Stoic sees each loss as a chance for renewal. When something is taken from you, what remains is an opportunity for growth. Each cycle is a new chance to learn and evolve. To live with this mindset, practice gratitude for the moments you have had, but without clinging to them. Write about the changes that have already occurred in your life and what you have learned from each. The practice of keeping a Stoic journal can be powerful in this regard, helping you see the value of each cycle. Remember that what is truly yours can never be taken: your virtue, your character, your ability to adapt. The Stoic does not deny the pain of losses, but he chooses not to be defined by them. He knows that life is a constant flow of ins and outs and that trying to hold on to them is futile. Instead, he accepts the flow, recognizing that every end is just a new beginning. This perspective encourages us not to worry about what has been or what may be, but to focus on how we can grow in each new phase. With this acceptance of life's natural cycles, the Stoic also realizes that challenges and adversities are opportunities for growth. Just as a muscle needs resistance to strengthen, the mind also needs challenges to expand. Let's explore this idea next. Topic 7. Seek growth in adversity. For the Stoic, life's challenges are not enemies but disguised opportunities. He knows that adversities have the power to shape character and strengthen the mind, just as physical exercise strengthens the body. Not caring about difficulties, but rather seeing them as opportunities for growth, is one of the hallmarks of the Stoic mindset. The Stoic understands that without resistance, there is no progress and that each obstacle is an invitation to become more resilient. Imagine a carpenter. He does not fear hard wood but sees it as a chance to test and refine his skills. Similarly, the Stoic faces life's challenges. When things get tough, he does not complain, he acts. Lost a job? It's an opportunity to reinvent your career. Complicated relationship? A moment to practice patience and understanding. For the Stoic, every difficulty is a lesson in disguise. A practical exercise is negative visualization, a Stoic technique where you imagine the worst-case scenario to prepare your mind to face difficulties. By imagining what could go wrong, you not only prepare better but also appreciate more what you have. Remember that problems are part of the game of life, and there is no need to worry about what cannot be avoided. The choice is yours, to grow or to become embittered. Adversity is also a great equalizer. It does not distinguish between rich or poor, young or old. Everyone faces difficulties. What differentiates a Stoic from others is how he responds. He does not see adversity as a punishment but as a training ground for the mind and soul. It is the challenge that strengthens. It is the pain that teaches. Thus, he does not care about avoiding discomfort but about using it to strengthen himself. A real example would be the story of Viktor Frankl, who survived the Holocaust and used his experience of suffering to create logotherapy, a therapeutic approach that finds meaning even in the worst circumstances. Frankl exemplifies the Stoic mindset of using adversity as a catalyst for personal growth. The Stoic understands that instead of fleeing from suffering, one must learn to grow through it. With this perspective, the next step is to understand that true riches are not in material possessions but in experiences and inner peace. When the focus is on personal growth and resilience, the Stoic becomes rich in ways that money could never buy. Let's explore this idea further. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the content, please give the video a like. It's quick and helps YouTube recognize that our content is relevant and recommend it to more people who could benefit from these ideas. Topic 8. Cultivate inner riches. Stoicism teaches us that true wealth is not in accumulating material possessions but in the depth of experiences and inner peace. A Stoic knows that material goods can be stolen, broken, or lost, but inner riches, such as wisdom, virtue, and serenity, are unshakable. Not caring about what you have or don't have is liberating. By focusing on cultivating what is within, the Stoic finds a source of happiness that does not depend on external circumstances. We live in a society that values the appearance of wealth more than the essence of being truly rich. However, the Stoic knows that the endless pursuit of status, money, or material goods is a never-ending race. He prefers to invest in his own inner growth, in building a calm mind and a light heart. After all, true wealth is what cannot be taken away. It is what we carry with us in any situation. An example of how to cultivate this wealth is to dedicate yourself to continuous learning. Reading philosophical classics, such as Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, or books that promote self-knowledge, such as The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, can be a good start. Another valuable practice is meditation, which helps calm the mind and develop mental clarity. The pursuit of self-knowledge and wisdom is the foundation of inner riches. The practice of gratitude is also essential. A Stoic is grateful for what he has and, more importantly, for who he is. He knows that being grateful is a direct path to satisfaction and contentment. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a practical way to remember daily small blessings and cultivate a positive and resilient mind. This is a way to focus on what really matters without being distracted by the superfluous. Moreover, the Stoic learns to find joy in the simple things in life. He does not need luxury to be happy. A walk in nature, an honest conversation, or a moment of reflection can bring more satisfaction than any material good. He understands that inner peace is not something that is bought but something that is built, brick by brick, through daily practices of reflection and introspection. By realizing that true happiness is within, the Stoic also understands the importance of using this inner wealth for the common good. After all, Stoicism is not a philosophy of isolation but of connection. It is about being a positive agent in the world and serving others with the best of oneself. Let's delve deeper into this aspect next. Topic 9. Be of service to others. Stoicism teaches us that true wisdom is not just about personal improvement but also about contributing positively to the community. A Stoic understands that by serving others, he strengthens his own character and finds a deeper purpose in life. Not caring about personal gain, but about the impact you leave around you, is an act of greatness. After all, to live well is to serve well, and this is where true nobility of spirit lies. Being of service to others does not mean nullifying oneself but finding oneself in the act of giving. When the Stoic helps someone, he does not expect recognition or reward. His motivation comes from a place of virtue, understanding that we are all part of something greater. By volunteering at a shelter, for example, or helping a friend in need, he demonstrates that compassion and altruism are daily practices that ennoble the soul. A practical exercise in serving others is what some call intentional act of kindness. Set aside time in your week to do something for someone else, without expecting anything in return. It can be as simple as listening to someone who needs to vent or donating your time to a cause you believe in. These small accumulated actions create a life of positive impact and reinforce the idea that by serving others, we serve ourselves. Moreover, the Stoic realizes that by helping others, he is also helping himself. Helping not only creates deeper connections but also improves mental and emotional health. Studies show that altruism can decrease stress and increase happiness. Therefore, Being useful is a two-way street, it benefits the recipient and enriches the giver. This is what the Stoics call eudaimonia, a flourishing life. Stoic wisdom reminds us that life is not just about me, but about us. Imagine a world where everyone acted with a Stoic mindset, caring less about the ego and more about the common good. We would be stronger, more united, and certainly happier. The Stoic commits to this vision and lives according to it, knowing that his own happiness is amplified by contributing to the happiness of others. With this service mindset, the Stoic also takes time for reflection and self-assessment, understanding that self-knowledge is essential to continue serving in the best way. The next Stoic lesson invites us to reflect, review, and realign our thoughts and actions to live a life of purpose and meaning. Let's explore this concept further. Topic 10: Reflect, Review, and Realign. On the path of Stoicism, regularly reflecting on one's own thoughts and actions is fundamental to a purposeful life. The Stoic knows that self-knowledge is the key to continuous growth. He practices daily reflection, reviewing his attitudes, and seeking to realign with his values. Not caring about perfection, but about progress, is what makes him resilient and determined to live aligned with his principles. The practice of reflection is like a mirror that reveals not only our virtues but also our flaws. By honestly facing his own actions, the Stoic learns to recognize where he needs to improve. A powerful exercise is the daily examination of conscience. At the end of each day, ask yourself what you did well, what could have been done better, and how you can act differently tomorrow. It is a way to continuously improve. Reviewing one's actions also means being kind to oneself. The Stoic understands that making mistakes is part of the learning process. He does not care about falling but cares about getting up stronger. Reading texts like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius can offer a clear perspective on how to face our flaws with humility and determination. After all, we are all on a journey of constant improvement. Realigning with one's own values is an act of courage and honesty. Often, we drift away without realizing it, distracted by external demands and pressures. The Stoic practices constant realignment, asking himself, is this faithful to what I believe? Am I living according to my principles? This practice ensures that, even in a chaotic world, his internal compass is always pointing in the right direction. Another useful exercise is to set your intentions for the day every morning. Decide how you want to act and what you intend to achieve. At the end of the day, review your intentions and adjust what is necessary for the next day. This process of constant realignment allows you to live a more conscious life without being carried away by the waves of circumstances or fleeting emotions. This practice of reflection, review, and realignment prepares the Stoic to live a life of meaning and purpose, where every action is a conscious choice and not a mere reflex. Now, with all these principles in mind, it is time to bring all this together and apply this knowledge to achieve a fuller and more virtuous life. The Stoic invites everyone to take this next step on their journey. Are you ready to apply these Stoic principles in your life and transform the way you see the world? How do you deal with what you cannot control? And how can you use adversity to grow? The choice is yours. Do not settle for a life dominated by worries and external expectations. Start today to cultivate a calmer, more detached mind, rich in virtues. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep learning how to master the art of not caring and live with more purpose.